Hello everyone and welcome back to another diecast video, not a review, in a way. So here in front of me, I've got two brand new 2024, if I could speak, diecast from the Ford Mustang Dark Horse mold. Now from the naked eye, other than it being different paint schemes, different drivers, Gold Series, Authentics, and all that fun stuff, right? Black interior, white interior, whatever you want to call it. From the naked eye, they look the exact same. Mold-wise, right? Just mold-wise. But they're not. So before in almost said Vidius Previos, that makes sense. Previous videos, I have mentioned how I don't like the back end of the Mustangs. Because look, they kind of stick out a little bit. They look kind of goofy. They're a little like bubbly looking. Not a fan, right? Just looked kind of dumb. The car looked a little swollen. So, you know, I wasn't a fan of that. So, now this is the EL mold. This is the best mold we have for the Lionel diecast. So now, they updated it with the little indentation in the back end. Let me see if I can get a comparison. There you go. You can see how this one's flatter, bubblier. This has got a little more of an indentation in the back end. So there is one difference so far. I've also noticed a difference in the tires. So if you look at the tires real quick, you can see this nice kind of bold Goodyear tire. And if you look at the new one, it is slightly different. I mean, it's hard to tell, but let me see if I can back out real quick. There you go. The Goodyear logo, first of all, is smaller. And the tire seems to be about the same. The rim is a wee bit different. It's a little thicker on the actual rim part. So those also got slightly updated. The brand new tires for this car here reminds me a lot of these, which is the J mold tires, which is also an Authentics car, which is kind of like a Gold Series car and an Authentics car combined in the worst way possible. So if you notice, the Gold Series had black interior, the Authentics had white interior, but this one is both an Authentics car with black interior. The inside molding is a little different, or the casting's a little different. But yeah, so the tire here was not very good. It used to be super fat, dull colored. Nobody liked it. Nobody liked this mold, right? It was a little more accurate to the actual, like, car, other than back here. You can see it is also dented out. This was from last year. And this one isn't even a Dark Horse. It's just your standard Mustang from last year. Or I guess the year before. Or the season before. But so that was all popped out. We hated that. So we had these very thin tires, which looked better because they updated it, and I like these tires a lot. So they kind of threw that type of tire onto the new one, but still kept the EL quality of the car. Very awesome. And they updated the back end, also a bonus. But I ended up getting curious on what the mold was. Was it EL? Was it possibly something else? So if you take a look at this Graxon car here, this is the previously updated car that, you know, before we had the actual updated mold. This was the brand new Dark Horse. This is on, as you can see here, the EL mold. We do not worry about the numbers. We look at the letters down here. EL, that's the best mold we have. So now, taking a peek underneath this one, they got a GL mold. So it's a brand new mold, or casting factory, whatever you want to call it, but it's a brand new mold. So that is pretty interesting on how that kind of changed up, to where we got better detail on the back end and on the tires. So, pretty awesome. Now, we also get an update for the window net. I don't know if anybody knows this. I know a lot of people do, and some probably don't. When Kyle Larson won the Roval this year, Lionel stated that they're going to have pink window nets on the 164s just like they do on the 124s. Freaking awesome, right? So if they updated the molding for the interiors for, you know, the Gold Series, and they just put out a brand new mold for the Authentics, I'm wondering if the inside of the car is different than possibly one of these. So I'm going to tear them apart eventually. Not these cars in particular, but this one's going to stay the same. But I will deep dive into these, see if I can find any differences. So that's kind of interesting on how that happened. It looks like the back window is a little bit bigger. So that's also kind of interesting. It could just be my mind playing tricks on me, but that back window seems a wee bit bigger. Or at least it kind of looks that way. So we got new tires, new back end molding, possibly a back window change. new mold in just entirely. So that's pretty interesting. That is awesome. So now with the whole updated window net thing, something tells me soon, sometime soon, maybe not this year, maybe not next year, but in the near future, they updated these tires, right? I wonder if we're going to get detailed tires. Just kind of a thought thrown out there. I don't know if we will, but imagine raced version tires on race version cars. I really feel like that's going to happen sometime soon. So we got the J mold, EL mold, and then the G mold, which is kind of a combination of a whole new mold versus the EL mold we already had. So it's pretty interesting. I don't know why they decided to do this. I'm glad they did. But yeah, we got a whole brand new actual GL mold, which is very interesting. I don't know why it happened, but I'm glad it did. So yeah, pretty freaking awesome. I figured I would come on here and kind of describe the differences I've found. Now, kind of a disclaimer, I have not seen any Gold Series with this brand new molding. I'm not sure if there is. This one has also been released in the Gold Series, I'm pretty sure. So if somebody wants to take a look at that and see if it is different, go right ahead. I know I do not have that type of time because I got to order one and I'm not really needing one. So I don't know if the Gold Series is different. I did look at the Zane Smith car from this wave that this one came out of, and it is also GL. So the Chevys are also updated. I'm assuming automatically the Toyotas are updated to GL because I don't have any, period. No Gold Series, no Authentics. So I cannot confirm or deny anything on the Toyotas, but for the Fords, they do have a different molding, which again is pretty freaking awesome. So that's, amazing. I'm so glad they did that. But I really feel like they're going to update to like new tires or maybe the confetti going on the side windows sometime in the future. You never know. I just figured I would go ahead and pop on here and kind of talk about it because there is a difference. But with that being said, that'll be all for this little conspiracy mold video, whatever you want to call it. But thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video.
I got one too many problems, why lie? And eventually come to light and shine bright. I miss when life was easy, homie, time flies. Now I listen to these angels tell me